This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18, is that I want to play a short clip of the arrogant, prideful response that Donald Trump, a.k.a. Nero, a.k.a. Mr. 47, responded to regarding a question he was asked at the Oval Office today, okay? He was asked if he was afraid of another Vietnam by sending troops to Iran, okay? And he responded arrogantly and pridefully, all right? And it just goes to show you that, this is the spirit of America, okay? Especially when it comes to these American Edomites, these so-called white people, all right? Because they move, okay, and speak just like Donald Trump, okay? They have this arrogant, prideful spirit that protrudes off them. And anytime you talk about this war, anytime you talk about, the facts, like for the last 3 weeks, all you keep hearing from these prideful Edomites, like, oh, America's doing great in this war, especially when you hear from the Trump administration, okay, Iran's being beaten, yet, okay, out of the same mouth of theirs, why isn't NATO helping? Okay, don't they know that that Strait of Hormuz is going to affect them? Okay, so wait a minute. I thought America was winning the war. Why do they need NATO help? And if you noticed, the NATO members are not participating in this war. They don't want to have anything to do with it. All right. So it goes to show you that the Lord is dividing NATO. Okay, okay, dividing America from NATO. Okay, and that's spiritual. The beast shall hate the whore. Okay, so let me play this because again, what Donald Trump says, okay, in his response regarding, okay, the question, are you afraid of another Vietnam? Just goes to show you that, okay, this man is delusional. He's prideful. Okay, he doesn't know history. Like, Vietnam was a brutal war. We're talking about thousands of U.S. soldiers, okay, were killed in that war, okay, and lost, okay. They didn't win. They lost that war, all right. But you think he thinks about that history? No, okay. And again, we know, all right, the people behind the curtains that control him are those JJs, those 1948ers, those small hats, okay. And that's why what's his name, the intelligence officer Joe Kent, he quit today over Trump's war in Iran. And look at this statement. First, let's get his credentials, all right. Joe Kent is a decorated former Army Ranger and CIA paramilitary officer, okay. All right, so this man is up there in the ranks, all right. This ain't no just, low-level soldier or low-level, government worker. This is a high-ranking officer, okay, who was given a position, all right, as the head of the U.S. National Counterterrorism Center, okay, and he resigned because he said he cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. So you're seeing division even amongst Trump's ranks. Okay, that's why there's a lot of leaks going out. All right, and all you're hearing now is boots on the ground, boots on the ground, Marines. All right, because that's always been the goal, is to put boots on the ground. All right, because for Donald Trump, he wants the oil, and for them JJs, all right, who he's working for, all right, they want their greater state of the JJ project, the Greater State of Israel project. So, and this is what Joe laid out. He said right here, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. Right, this is what he said in a letter to Donald Trump. And it's clear that we started this war due to pressure from the JJs and its powerful American lobby. And who's that? AIPAC. Kent wrote in a letter to President Donald Trump, who nominated him for the top U.S. counterterrorism job on February 3rd, 2025. Look at that. Okay? So it goes to show you that there's division among the Trump administration, okay? And that goes to show you that if you don't have everyone on your side, okay, in this major war, all right, that proves that you're not going to win, okay? That proves that you're losing, and everything's being revealed that America is being reactive to what Iran is doing, okay? Which goes to show you they're not in control. They're being reactive. They're being reactive with the drones and with the hyper missiles, okay? The hypersonic missiles. They had to pull back the U.S. The USS Abraham Lincoln, all right? They had to remove it far. I think it's down near the bottom of Oman, all right, because it was getting tagged up, all right. Iran is dominating that Strait of Hormuz, and that's why boots are coming to the ground, okay. But again, does this devil think about the history regarding boots on the ground when it comes to Vietnam? No, okay. Watch what he says, because he's prideful and arrogant, all right? And that's why, to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, it's high time to wake up out of sleep, all right? This man is setting up America for destruction, okay? Everything he's doing, all right, is for America to be destroyed, okay? So let's play.
The Iranian regime has told Sky News, if you put boots on the ground in Iran, it will be another Vietnam. Are you afraid of that?
No, I'm really not afraid of anything.
Right, because he's responding to what the deputy foreign minister of Iran said to the reporter at Sky News. He said, hey, look, if they come, all right, and bring their boots on the ground, it's going to be like Vietnam. I think in this clip they have it, if I'm not mistaken, because I watched this clip earlier today. I believe they do have this clip. But let me play this one more time, because again, did you see how Donald Trump responded? Let's play this one more time.
The Iranian regime has told Sky News, if you put boots on the ground in Iran, it will be another Vietnam. Are you afraid of that?
No, I'm really not afraid of anything.
That's pride, man. He said he's not afraid of anything, okay? The Lord hates that. The Lord hates that, okay? That arrogant, okay, pride, man. That haughty spirit. That's why you're going to fall. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. This is something you don't want to be, okay? All right? These Edomites, all right, don't think that the Lord, okay, is going to judge them, all right? First of all, let me read this. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the foremouth do I hate, right? So the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, okay? Pride and arrogancy is evil, okay? And again, these devils don't think about what does the Lord have to say about all this, okay? Donald Trump has a spiritual advisor, okay? I believe Apostle always brings her name. What's her name? Paula White. Okay. Paula White is supposed to be into the scriptures. She has to, okay, spiritually advise Donald Trump, like, and tell him, like, hey, man, the Lord hates pride. The Lord hates arrogancy. Okay? You think she's telling that? No. Because she's not into the scripture. She's about getting money and fame. All right? They don't know what the hell is going on. Again, these are the Edomites. They're prideful. They're arrogant. They just hide behind, the Bible to push this perception that they're holier than thou, but they're not. They're the wicked the Bible speaks of. And again, Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. What is that evil? Pride and arrogancy and the evil way. In the forward mouth do I hate right. A perverse mouth. Okay? And Donald Trump is extremely perverse. Okay? Oh, okay. Why? The Epstein files is a hoax. Meanwhile, your name's on there. Okay? Meanwhile, there's accusations of you, okay, allegedly raping little girls. But it's a hoax? Okay, what do you have to say about that? Okay, there's numerous files of you meeting Epstein multiple times, and then you have the people surrounding you, like Howard Lutnick, who met Epstein, okay, in 2012, after he said on 60 Minutes that the last time he met Epstein was in 2005, so he lied. And these are the people you hanging around with. But again, perverseness, okay? And you got these Edomites, these MAGA people who still back Donald Trump because they are in the same spirit. See, that's the thing. The average Edomite is just like Donald Trump. They just don't have money like Donald Trump. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. They're perverse. They're arrogant. They're prideful. Okay? So let's keep playing this. Because now I believe in this same clip, you're going to see the deputy foreign minister of Iran speak to Sky News. And watch what he says.
Mr. President.
There are thousands of US Marines on the way. What happens if they get used, do you think?
We defend.
What does that mean, though, for these Marines if they were to land in Kharg Island?
Just read what happened in Vietnam.
Right. That's a cold response. So he said if Trump brings, all right, troops to Iran, especially Kharg Island, this deputy foreign minister said, just read what happened in Vietnam, okay? So they ready, man. The Iranians been ready. Look, let's go back to the map, man. Repetition, okay? The Marines are, they're in, the Marines are in for a rude awakening, man. The Iranians are ready. Okay, look, this is Kharg Island. Okay, in fact, I was asking what's its size equivalent to. It says its size is equivalent to Trenton, New Jersey. It's only 5 miles long. Okay, and on this island is nothing but holes and drones and military Iranian personnel. Okay, all right. They've been digging holes all over this island for decades. Okay, and look how close they are to the shore. I won't even be surprised if they have a tunnel that goes all the way down underneath the water, okay, and that leads to shore. I won't even be surprised, okay? All right? You don't think the Iranians can build tunnels, underwater tunnels? Okay, you think America's the only one that can build underwater tunnels? Come on, man. All right? But yeah, so he said that this is going to be Vietnam. That was the deputy foreign minister. He said, remember Vietnam. And this is something that was asked Donald Trump. Are you afraid of another Vietnam? He said he's not afraid. He's not afraid of anything. That's pride. Okay? Let's hear that again. Bro, we here. This devil's going down, man, because of his arrogancy and his pride. Let's hear that again. Let's start from the top.
The Iranian regime has told Sky News, if you put boots on the ground in Iran, it will be another Vietnam. Are you afraid of that?
No, I'm really not afraid of anything.
Man, he don't even know. He ain't thinking about history. Like, let's go back to Vietnam, bro. Like, how many soldiers died in Vietnam. How many U.S. soldiers? You got to be specific. 58,220. Okay? This is how many died, man. Okay? And in today's warfare, this number is going to be, all right, 10 times more. Okay? You're going to see hundreds of thousands of U.S. troops, okay, in this war. Because not only are they going to fight Iran, they're going to fight Russia, they're going to fight, okay, China, they're going to fight North Korea, okay? So, yeah, man. Like, and you would think Donald Trump will consider, but nah, it's that pride and that pump. He's arrogant, okay? He doesn't care, all right? And he's being controlled by the JJs in 1948, the Small Hats, okay? As the former, okay, head of the U.S. National Counterterrorism Center, Joe Kent stated, all right? One more time, they're being pressured by the JJs and his powerful American lobby, and that's AIPAC. Let's keep playing. Hey, this place is done. That's why the scripture says, which thus with violence shall Babylon be thrown down. You know, let me get that. Revelation 18. Revelation chapter 18. You know, I'll start at 20. Rejoice over her. The her is talking about America, Babylon the Great. Thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, right? Which proves that the holy apostles and prophets are back, okay? All right? They're back. And the bulk of them are coming out of great millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. For the most High have avenged you on her, you see? Because this is the will of the Lord. See, everything we're giving it to Yahweh Bashim Shai. He's doing this. 21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, that's talking about America, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all, right? Because this war is leading to nuclear war, okay? And that's how America is going to go out in nuclear fire, all right? And this is talking about America because in 22, and the voice of harpers and musicians, right, America's music, all right, influences the whole world. Look at hip hop. I just saw some Palestinians trying to be drill rappers. Where they get that from? Okay, and pipers and trumpeters, all right, shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman or whatsoever crafts he be shall be found anymore in thee, right? No more construction, no more building. In Miami, all you see is building. You know, they're just building up Miami. Okay, basically Miami is the new New York. All right, they stole New York shine because now Miami's getting all the money. All right, and the sound of the millstone and shall be heard no more at all in thee, right? Okay, but again, this is talking about America, Babylon the Great. Ain't talking about no other country, ain't talking about no other place but America. Let's keep playing.
Mr. President.
There are thousands of US Marines on the way. What happens if they get used, do you think?
We defend.
What does that mean, though, for these Marines if they were to land in Kharg Island?
Just read what happened in Vietnam.
That's cold, man. Just read what happened in Vietnam. Damn. But hey, that their pride have deceived them. Jeremiah 49, chapter 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee in the pride of thy heart. Right, so this is talking about the Edomites. Okay? O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. All right, this is how we know it's talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right? Because he comes from the Caucasus Mountains. This is where you get the term Caucasian from. All right? That holdeth the height of the hill. That's why all their buildings are skyscrapers, because it reminds them of the mountains. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, right? Who's the one doing space exploration? Who's got the Space Force? All right, who's out there shooting rockets into space? I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Right. Okay. And the Lord is bringing this place down. This place is through. Okay. Everyone's seeing really how weak America is with this war. And NATO is like, fuck y'all. Well, excuse me, fuck you, America. We ain't, fuck y'all. We ain't getting involved in this shit. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. Right. And this is talking about the destruction of America. Because America, all right, is the height of Esau Edom's power. Fact. Jeremiah 49, verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation. Right. Basra is America. All right. Code word for America, the capital of Edom, shall become a desolation, and a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Right. Okay. Yeah, Isaiah 34, this is talking about the destruction of America. Okay, where it talks about the line of confusion. Yup. Shoot. Yeah, I'll just read this because this goes to show you that once America's destroyed, you're not going to remember where New York's at, Florida, Texas, California, Illinois, all right, DC, the DMV, which stands for Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. You're not going to know where it starts or where it begins, or where it ends, excuse me. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 11, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also, and the raven shall dwell in it, right? It's talking about the desert creatures. And he shall stretch upon it the line of confusion, the stones of emptiness, right? You're not going to know, again, what state, okay? You're not going to know which state was here, because this place is going to be destitute, okay? Only desert creatures are going to live here, okay? So yeah, that's a good precept. This is a good precept too. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. Right? Okay, desolate. All right, this place is going to be cut off. Yeah, Ezekiel 35, verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it that passes out, and him that returneth. Right, again, this is talking about America. It's going to be cut off. All right? 15. And thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So I will do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Right. Okay. And that's another thing. After the destruction of America, after you do your 1,000 years of slavery, okay, all you Edomites, okay, are going to be destroyed, pursuing the book of Obadiah. All right. So it ain't looking good for you Edomites, so-called white people. Everything's leading, all right, to your judgment. And Donald Trump is going to make it come to fruition because, hey, he's willing to send your troops, all right, to Iran, all right, and he's not caring about the history of Vietnam. He said he's not afraid. Okay, keep that same energy. So, I'll end off on this. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 11. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an high wall in his own conceit. Check this out. The rich think of their wealth as a strong defense. They imagine it to be a high wall of safety, right? And that's the thing. That's the pride of these Edomites. They think because America's so rich and wealthy that they can just bully their way throughout the earth, all right? But guess what? All right? That's to your own demise, because this situation is going to make the American economy collapse, All right. And that's all been done by design. All right. This country will fall. This country just hit 39 trillion. This place is on its way out. All right. So that's that pride, thinking your wealth is going to save you. Proverbs 18 and 12. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty. Before honor is humility. Yup. So Donald Trump emulates that haughty spirit. All right. And he represents you American Edomites because you're in that same spirit. So, look at this one. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13. He that answereth the matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. Yup, folly and shame unto him. NLT, spouting off before listening to the facts is both shameful and foolish. Right. Vietnam. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of anything. Bro, Vietnam killed a lot of U.S. soldiers. You should be concerned. Anyway, hey, we're almost out of here. This is the cruel Lord, the fierce king that's setting America up for its destruction. The Wadiyah Bashim Yashai for putting him in office. All right, he's doing everything pertaining to prophecy. It's Yapa, and that's why you got to be excited. So with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. To the fuses that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, pray check covered. Hey, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. Shalom.